Hey, I'm back with another video here to do Married at First Sight, the reunion for season 10. So, in general, the reunion, it was pretty good. My favorite part about it was the host. I think his name is Kevin. Kevin was just amazing. I think he should do like all reunions, like Love and Hip Hop. Well, no, not Real Housewives of Atlanta, but he should start doing reunions more because he was holding people to task. Everything that we were all like, everything that like I was thinking, he said, and he was holding people to the fire. He wasn't playing the game. So let's start out with Katie and Derek. All right, so Katie and Derek come out and they talk about their whole relationship. Point of the matter is that they're getting a divorce. Now, I'm not trying to be happy for people divorced, but I told y'all in the last review that they were not going to last. Even on decision day when they said they was going to be together, I told you, I said, this is not going to last. This is not going to last because Katie don't know how to take responsibility for shit. And she's super insecure and she's annoying as fuck for real. So they pretty much said that they were getting a divorce, that she told him, which is so shady on her part. He got her I forgot what gift he got her for their 1 month anniversary, but for them to go somewhere, they went out of town. And then when they was there, she told him that she wanted to pretty much get a divorce and she didn't want to be with him. And the whole time she was on the couch, she just kept, it was just so much like he did this, he did that, he did he. And Kevin was just like, okay, so, can you take like what's your role like in the demise of the marriage? And she couldn't even say anything because she didn't think that she did anything wrong. And I was here for Derek though the whole time. Derek was standing up for himself. I was so happy for him because the whole season he been letting Katie walk the fuck all over him, and I was so happy he was putting her in her fucking place. So then he comes out. Derek pretty much says like at the end of the day, like, I think because Kevin asked him like, are you heartbroken? And he said, I mean, not really, because she, like, you can't fall in love with her. Like, and I said, yes, Derek, go in. And then he said that he found out a week ago that Katie cheated on him with her ex. Didn't I tell y'all in the beginning? Didn't I tell y'all in the beginning that that ex was going to come back around and was going to play a part some way, somehow? And apparently, like, she did it, like, I think like a week before, because she told them that they wanted to like be friends before she told him about the divorce. But a week prior to that, I guess she had, slept with the guy, whatever. And then Derek said that he was told by people on the cast and other people that she slept with him the day before their honeymoon, which is just like, child, why'd you even go through with it? Like, in the beginning she wasn't sure she wanted to go through with it. Why didn't you just stick with old boy, whatever? And Katie was just sitting there, like, not taking no responsibility for it at all. She was just trying to make it seem like it's not that big of a deal. And she said that she didn't sleep with him like before the honeymoon, but it wasn't that big of a deal. It is what it is. I'm just like, Katie, you're complete trash, and I knew you were trash. And see, I'm such a good, I'm really, really a good judge of character. I don't care what anybody says. I knew she was trash. I knew it. So they're getting a divorce. So good for you, Derek. Good for you. Fuck her. Then we have Mike and Mika. I don't really have much to say about them other than Mika kind of, she got irked me this reunion. She did. She was just, I can understand watching something back like that, you would be like annoyed because Michael did lie a hell of a lot, but I don't know why she just had like such a bad attitude this whole reunion. Mike didn't want to take responsibility for anything. He didn't want to take responsibility for hurting her, which is stupid because I mean all you did was lie the whole time, so of course you hurt her. And like I said, Kevin was holding him. Kevin had me cracking up because he was holding him to the fire, like, so you don't think you did anything wrong? So you don't think you did anything wrong? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense, Jesus. Okay. Then we get to Mindy and Zach. And Zach talking about, oh, I was in the marriage, and Kev had to stop him right there. Kevin said, no, you weren't. You didn't even move in with her. Like, Kevin was really holding people accountable. He was telling him, you can't say you were in this marriage and you wouldn't even move in with her. Like, that doesn't even make any sense at all. And Mindy pretty much said that at this point she feels like it was for publicity, like that's why he was on the show. I agree. He's a whole model. That was the whole point of him being on the show. I agree, Mindy. It's not even a thing. That's a fact. He was only on the show because of the publicity. That's point blank period. Zach did apologize to her, but like he could keep that bullshit. I really don't care. Then we got Austin and Jessica. They're doing cool. They pretty much the only couple out of everybody that lasted this whole, fiasco. Them two, and so we know that they're all cool. I don't have shit to say about them, to be quite honest. I'm right. Then we get into Taylor and Brandon. Oh my gosh, they are so draining. Like together, apart, they're draining. So apparently, of course, Brandon's not at the reunion. I didn't expect him to be. I felt like even take away the little thing that happened at the end, man, he wasn't coming, and I'm glad he didn't. I didn't want to see his ass anyway. But anyway, so I guess it comes out pretty much that there was like a police report filed, about something that happened between them two, and both of them went to jail. So Brandon says, this is what was in his police report, that Taylor came into a bar that he was at with some man, and then that the man ended up pushing him, and then they got into a little squabble or whatever, and that him and Taylor ended up both going to jail because, they couldn't figure out, like, who was lying or who wasn't telling the truth. Now, Taylor says that she that she was out with a friend, but come to find out it wasn't a friend, more than a friend, of course, and they were, like, going around to bars and stuff. So she went to this bar. She said that Brandon used to work at. He doesn't work at it anymore, but he used to work at before. Which on that part, I don't think that there's anything wrong. First of all, they're all in the same city. Like, they're all in DC. So it's very plausible that they would have ran into each other. I don't find that to be hard at all. Anyway, and just because he worked there, I'm not allowed to go to that bar no more. Fuck out of here. But anyway, so she went to the bar, whatever, and she had to go. Why did she have to give this whole elaborate story about how she spilled the water, that she picked the water back? Bitch, don't nobody care. Point of the matter is that you came in there with your boo. Brandon just so happened to be there, seen you, started following you and the boyfriend and taking pictures and stuff. You tried to tell him to stop. He wouldn't, and then Taylor didn't even really say what happened. She didn't even mention what happened as far as people putting hands on each other, which I could understand why. She probably don't want to tell on her boo-boo. But point of the matter is, the cops came. She went to jail for the night. She said it's the first time she ever went to jail. And then after that, she went ahead and she did like a restraining order. Now, she said the reason she did the restraining order is because after they had got into whatever little argument, that her and the dude walked outside, but then Brandon kept following them. So she ended up getting a restraining order, and then I think 3 days later, he got a restraining order out on her. This is just... Why is it so messy? Like, I don't understand. Y'all both didn't want to be with each other, so why all the kerfuffle? It doesn't make any sense to me. That's not even a word. Why all the kerfuffle? Like, I do feel like Taylor is hiding something in her story, because she started off by saying it was just a friend. Brandon tried to say in his police report that I guess her and the boy was making out and doing all this. She said that they wasn't, but at the same time, you did at the end say, okay, well, he was more than a friend. Girl, which one is it? But what she did say, I agree with, is that she said even if it was my boyfriend or somebody that I'm dating, why does that matter? Me and Brandon are no longer together. That's true. They hadn't been together for maybe 2 months at that part, so she could go out with whoever the fuck it is that she wants to go out with. The reason I believe Taylor more than Brandon is because we've seen how irrational Brandon is. And Brandon is very, he's an agitator for real. And I could see him, following her and making a big deal. I can see him because he's like a drama queen for real. He's weird. He's a drama queen. He, feeds off of that type of stuff. So, yeah, so that's that. What a fucking mess, them two. What a fucking mess. So then we get all of the cast members together, and Kevin pretty much asked, who knew about the whole situation between Taylor and Brandon. A few people raising hands. He said who was called to court, because apparently people was actually called to court about this. I think 3 people. Who was it? Mindy raised her hand, Mika raised her hand, and Katie raised their hand. I guess all 3 of them or whatever, had went to court, and they just said it was a lot. It was a hot ass mess. So then we're going to get into the point where I just got completely pissed the fuck off in the show. Kevin, you were doing so good as a host up until this fucking point right here. So we're talking to Taylor, about what happened with Brandon. So Kevin turns to Michael and says, well, Brenda's not really here, to speak his piece, so that's your friend, because, I guess him and Michael, they're kind of cool. So, he said, like, from your, like, what do you think or whatever? Mike said that from his understanding, the way that Taylor told it is not what happened. Okay, so then what happened? He said, and he didn't really want to get into it too much, but he said, listen, Brandon said one thing, she said another. Oh, well, who do you believe? I believe Brandon. Oh, well, why do you believe him? This is that and that. All right, first of all, Taylor, calm the fuck down, because your energy is directed in the wrong area, area. But the point of the matter is, Kevin then continuously goes on. He asks Taylor something, but every time it's like, oh, okay, Michael, but what did Brandon say? Oh, Michael, but what did Brandon think? Oh, Michael, but what did Brandon? Is he Brandon? It was pissing me. Is he Brandon? He's not Brandon's fucking mouthpiece. He's not his fucking spokesperson. And what it made it seem like at the end of the day is that because y'all needed to go in on Brandon some way, somehow, and because he wasn't there, y'all used the Michael as a fucking scapegoat. Let me tell you something. Just because somebody is my friend or I'm cool with them, that does not mean that I speak for them. Specifically when it comes to a fucking case, a court case or whatever. That shit was annoying as hell. For them, they really went in every time. Every time they had something to say about her. Well, Michael, what did Brandon say? Michael, what did Brandon think? Michael, what did Brandon? He's not fucking Brandon. Brandon is a light-skinned fucking drama queen. Michael is a dark-skinned drama queen. There's two completely different people. I don't understand. So when they go to break or whatever, Michael, rightfully so, got the fuck up and left. And I would have did the same thing, because y'all are not about to sit up here and all jump on me like I'm Brandon when I'm not him. Y'all asking me stuff as if I'm him, like I can speak for him. I never said that I was going to sit on this stage and be his representative. I'm not his fucking lawyer. And that's what he said when he went backstage. He was like, I'm tired of y'all trying to make it seem like I'm his spokesperson when I'm not. And Kevin, you're wrong talking about oh, well, I have to ask the questions. And I mean, but you're his friend. Okay, do you speak for all your friends, Kevin? I'm pretty sure you fucking don't. You don't speak on behalf of all your friends. Oh, well, you're the only person here that can defend him. That's fine, but let me do that if I want to. Don't force that upon me and keep asking me questions as if I'm him. That was the problem. It's not even like y'all were asking him his like opinion, and y'all could, even if y'all did, y'all should have did it one time. But to every single question that y'all have, Michael, what about Brandon? Michael, what the Brandon? Does he look like Brandon? The fuck no. So stop asking him fucking questions about Brandon. And so he got aggravated, and then I guess it came up, he was saying, Michael said, like, especially, like, like, as a black man, like, we don't got time. And then Kevin got mad. Oh, no, we're not going to do this. As a black man, he was on TV acting a fool. First of all, why is we having this in-house conversation on white people's TV? We don't need to be having that conversation. So, Michael, you should have shut your mouth. And that's why I'm glad Kevin kicked producers out and just had that conversation, because that's an in-house conversation. We won't talk about that in front of white people. What the fuck's wrong with y'all? But point of matter is, when they came back out, when they was back there, this is where Mika was getting on my nerves. Mika's talking about why is he acting like that? Why is he acting like that? Like, at the end of the day, like, he know that he was wrong. Like, he's just gonna go back there and call Brandon. Mika, at the end of the day, is Taylor not your friend? And yes, you said that you called her out about the video or whatever, but when it gets down to it, if that's your friend, you're not going to try to out them. And even she said that herself. She said, oh, maybe it's just a thing out of loyalty. Like, oh, that's my friend, so I'm not going to out him. Exactly. If Brandon was on the show right now and talking cash shit about Taylor, you wouldn't sit there and try to have her back? You're a fucking lie. Why would you expect him, especially if that's his friend, why would you expect him in public to completely trash him? No. You defend in public, you correct in fucking private. And that's why I'm as wrong as Brandon was, and Brandon was completely wrong. Michael was right about how he handled it. You don't fucking throw your friend under the bus. You don't fucking do that shit. So Mika, shut the fuck up, and then gonna be like, no, that's what he did during our marriage. He just got up and walked away. That has nothing to do with what the fuck just transpired. So stop trying to tie the two. It has nothing to do with it. Y'all was trying to fucking play him, and y'all was using him as the punching bag, as the stand-up punching bag, because Brandon was not there. So cut the fucking shit. And so even Derek, at one point in time, said, I understand why he got mad, because y'all are all going in on him, and he's not Brandon. So that's that. So then we get into Zach and Mindy, and I'm like, yeah, why are we not talking about them and the whole little friend situation? So one of her friends, I think Mindy's friend, come out or whatever, pretty much to kind of beat her, for her. And so we watching the whole little montage, of him talking to Mindy's friend, and what was making me mad is during the little montage video, you see him, because you know how they showed him, while they watching the clip. He's sitting up there rubbing her back. Don't fucking touch her. Don't touch her. Keep your hands to yourself, young man. So I guess once the whole little clip was over, Mindy's friend pretty much says, look, I have proof that at the end of the day, that Lindsay thought that they was going to be together, that Lindsay thought that Zach was going to come and see her, that after the show was over, that he was just going to leave Mindy and be with her, and that, they thought that they was a better match for each other. And I have proof of that. And Zach is like, no, that's not true. We were never going to be together. I haven't even talked to her. And then come to find out, he lied about how many times he talked to her. He done talked to her since filming was over. But what pissed me off, Mindy, because see, I was here with you. You said that you want to open up the door to still be friends with her. But, of course, you said only if she apologizes. Bitch, I don't care if you apologize or not. You were supposed to be my friend, and you was talking to my husband behind my back. There's nothing else that we can be friends about. There's nothing else that we can talk about. What? And so I'm glad that her friend was like, I don't want to be friends with her. Like, no, like that. Why would I ever want to associate myself with somebody who does something like that? Thank you, friend. Thank you. So then, oh my gosh, we get back to Katie and Derek. So this whole little section is pretty much Katie just justifying pretty much her cheating with the boy, with her ex-boyfriend. Now, she said it wasn't cheating because she had told Derek, that we should just be friends, we should be friends. And so after that, they was together. But what Derek said, it is true. You said that for now, we should kind of take, a little bit of a break and just kind of, talk to each other. But we had boundaries that we wasn't going to be bringing people home. We wasn't going to be sleeping with other people. That we was just going to try to build, from there we was still living with each other, still sleeping in the same bed. But that's not cheating. Like, it doesn't even make any sense, Katie. It doesn't make any sense. And all she was trying to do is just trying to make herself look so good. And she kept calling him outside his name. Oh, you're so stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. See, Katie, you lucky Derek was on national TV because he should have backed him the fuck out of you. That's what he should have did. But Derek was fed the fuck up. And he just went off on her as he should have. He went off on her and said, you want to know what? For real, let's get down to it. When we went out to dinner last week, you didn't want me to bring any of this up. And that's when she really got mad. So that's what it is. That's what she's mad about. She's mad because he brought, and she even said, she was like, but you're fake because you said you wasn't going to bring any of this up. This has nothing to do with why the marriage ended. It has everything to do with it because you walked into this marriage knowing you had feelings for somebody else. You was literally about to walk down the aisle contemplating whether or not you should have stayed with your ex or you should be with this man. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I just can't. And then come to find out at the very end, because they said, there was two people that went out on a date with each other. Come to find out it's Katie and Zach. Why am I not surprised that the two most flaw-ass people of the whole show would want to start hooking up with one another? And they said, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal. Nah, y'all are two flaw-ass people. And two flaw-ass people are always going to always going to find each other. So I hope y'all flaws fuck together. I'm over it. This season, it was a hot-ass mess. I didn't even really care for this season. Like, let's get back to what we should, because this felt like a whole season of Love and Hip Hop and Married to Medicine and soap opera drama, and I'm over it. Give them comments. I'm out. Bye.